Blah, there's a thing in my face. Hello, hoppers. Didn't plan that well. I know I have not been around much lately, and while I've been editing stuff, I'm actually working on one thing right now. I thought I'd take a break and give you a tour of my desk because, honestly, I want to brag about something, but it's not about anything cool that I have. It's about something cool that I did that anyone with any amount of money, including me with no money, could do. So, first of all, let's just look around the thing. I've actually already recorded this video. I'm not even going to watch the footage back because it was boring as heck. I don't need to see the footage. I just know that it was. So, let's try this over again and make it not boring. Alright, for reasons that would be obvious if you were here in person, I am not going to show you anything beyond this area for reasons of your sanity. Anyway, this is what my desk looks like in general. I've got some I haven't painted anything in a while. I really need to paint something again or draw something or whatever, but just got some old things that I drew and painted up there. I've got my stereo, my record player, my ancient Performa Apple computer down here with extra batteries and other things for my cameras, and yeah, that's about the overview. I only use 2 monitors. I used to use 4. I could hook more up if I wanted to. I honestly work best when I only have 1, but I keep a second one just for well, important things. I caught myself right before I said that. And back here I've just got this it's actually just very thin cloth that I bought at Joann's Fabric. It's 2 separate pieces of it that are held up by a couple boom arms that are all like clothespin together and everything. And yeah, that's basically the overview. Let's look closer at things because I think that you might actually enjoy some of it. So first, I'm going to show this so I can actually start moving it around. These are just my favorite cameras that I have, my DSLR and my GoPro. I've got plenty of other ones like, like this one that I bought in 2008 that's slow motion and is basically worthless now. Oops. So I've had some major changes to my setup lately, the most obvious of which would be this microphone right here on this beautiful red arm with a red pop filter. How about that? All of that is actually really cheap. I am actually certain that my mother got that microphone for me for Christmas for $16. Yeah, you're not hearing me on it right now. You're actually hearing me on this one, this Rode microphone. And what you're used to hearing me on is this one right here, a Yeti. Excuse me, it's kind of beat up. I was pretty hard on it. But to be honest, even though there's a huge price gap between these, this one sounds just as good, if not better, and is infinitely more useful because I'm able to use it with other setups like this right here. So I just got this from Amazon as well. I have literally no money right now. I am just out. I haven't been around for a while on the channel just because of professional things I've been doing, but they've only just been getting me along. I still need a job desperately, but I did get this just so that that microphone will work even better. It came with a 3.5mm jack, but I wanted to use the XLR cable, and oh my gosh, it's so useful. I'm gonna actually turn it down right now because I'm pretty sure my computer's picking me up. Yeah, this thing is pretty great. I'm gonna leave all the specs of everything in the description if you actually want to see exactly what things I'm working with. I'm sure a lot of you who are in the know could definitely recognize some of these things. So I think I've covered my desktop before. It's basically a GTX 970 that I've run into the ground over the last 2 years. 2 SSDs and 5 hard drives and 4 more external ones. Actually 5, but I don't have one plugged in right now. About 22 terabytes of space, 32 gigabytes of RAM, an i7 3820, so it's getting on in age. And as you can see back here, every port is used on it and everything, but it still is my lovely beast. It still is working very hard. That's the NZXT Hue that's inside of it, so yeah, it's pretty standard, but it's still pretty nice. I've got it set to blue right now because as you can see, I'm trying to start to build up a blue and red color scheme for everything because of my channel colors, because they're beautiful. Also, as you may have noticed, I'm using 2 of the exact same All right, I've got more that I want to show you, but I want to get through it quickly so it doesn't get like just droney or everything. Oh yeah, I've got a Wacom tablet under there. I forgot to even mention it. But I'm about to point the camera down. Just don't judge me when you're like, wow, that's a really stained floor, Adahop. How'd you get it so stained? And I'll be like, well, maybe it's because I've lived here for more than half of my lifetime, like more than a decade and a half, or nearly a decade and a half that I've lived here. So there's Coca-Cola all over everything. Everything's clean, everything's like steam cleaned and vacuumed and all that, but yeah, some of these stains are just old. Anyway, I'm gonna tilt down here. Graceful. So that you can see my beautiful wire management that I'm so very happy with. This is the thing that I'm actually making the video for that I want to brag about. I'm just really happy with how it's working right now. So I may have trouble with this microphone. As you can tell, it's sticking way out of the front of the camera, so I may actually switch to the GoPro for this with a light on it. Give me a second. Alright, I've switched to the GoPro. Hopefully you can still hear me well, just so I can turn on this light and have a bit of a wider angle here, just so you can see what I've got here. So I've got all of the power for the computers going through this generic like $30 GE power strip. I've got one cable going off that direction just so I can have that overhead light there. Otherwise, everything is going up in this one bundle that's actually very stiff and solid. I love it to bits, and everything just kind of breaks off where it needs to go. I've got one little vise there just helping hold everything in place while some of the cables go up into the computer. Now, it's not the neatest right here. I could have this scooted back so it's like a straight line up, but I am behind this all the time. I use the front of the computer much less than the back of it. I am changing things there constantly, so while it would look better, it just kind of feels pointless. The same with that reflector up there. It looks better not having it, but it's just helpful to have it there. So what I've got going on here is these cables all are extremely velcroed, with something from my extra bin down here. This is all I have left. It used to be like a foot in diameter. I've used it very slowly over the course of years. This very cheap roll of Velcro is like the most helpful thing ever. I need to replace it. Speaking of, this is my bin of extra things. So I've got a microphone, another microphone, lavalier down there, the Xbox 360 controller, anything I might need regularly at the computer. So an extra microphone or a different pop or a backup pop filter or HDMI cable, something like that, where I can just plug it straight in and keep going. I have all down here. Now above is where it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Look at that, it's so good. So right in here in the middle of this bundle at this T-junction in my wires is an Elgato, which I have set up with, woo, it's bright, which I have set up with that camera up there, which I will come back to in a moment. Anyway, the rest of it just runs underneath. Oh yeah, so there's some of that, there's some of that Coca-Cola I was talking about. Let's just peek through here and not look at that anymore. XLR cables, everything comes through. I want to color code these more. I want to get a blue cable for the microphone just so you can actually, or I can actually see where everything is, because it gets really thick in some of these areas. Like that's solid. That's a lot of cable right there, and it'd be really helpful to not have to deal with that. Anyway, this light isn't all that necessary because I do also have a little light strip back here just so I can see into my extra bin better. One thing I will specifically point out is my lovely pair of Sennheiser HD380 Pros. I love these headphones. They have served me very well over the few years I've had them, and their sound production is still impeccable. This face is distracting me. But they're actually one of the reasons I've resisted doing face cams, because they don't look so good. They're kind of torn up. I may have held them on top of my Yeti before, so the top got all torn up, and then the sides got all torn up by the little Frankenstein screws on the side, as well as my own earrings. So everything just looks kind of ratty and like bleh, and I am that type of person where I worry about, oh, what they think of my headphones, I need to replace them, and it's $30 freaking just for the just for the earpieces, not even for the headband or whatever. Here's my Omni consumer product water. just because. Anyway, what I have that Elgato underneath all of that for at that little T-junction is so that I can have certain other things set up. So I've got 2 of these exact same cameras. This one up here I can actually use, well, I pull it out all the time, but I take it out, I remove it from my desk pretty frequently for professional gigs and all that, but it's actually hooked into power and to HDMI straight into my Elgato so that I can turn on, boop, this thing right here. Now it's kind of behind, you can actually see that, it's a little, whoop, it's a little behind, which is a little frustrating. It's also kind of a low frame rate, so if I want to see it better, the reason I have it underneath the desk like that is so I can actually switch things around and monitor myself live if it really matters that I can see what I'm doing. For the Game Boy modding video that I've teased and I still haven't come out with because I may have screwed up and destroyed the screen on, I used this quite a lot actually. So whenever that video comes out, you'll know what I was talking about. Otherwise, maybe not. Hey, I'm gonna turn this back off because it's kind of weird to see myself all over the place. I see myself there, and it's really distracting because they're all out of sync with each other. Anyway, I've probably left out a lot that I would have wanted to cover otherwise. I'm in love with how my setup is coming together right now. It's going to be constantly changing anyway, so I just wanted to get one done for what it looked like in 2016. Oh, I forgot about this guy. You probably remember this, my favorite 3D printed thing ever. Well, there's Ellie, which might be also, but this one has held up better than Ellie just because of the size, and it's gone to Germany and back and stuff, and it hasn't even lost its glossy finish. So one other thing I guess I could show you is that, let's turn this on, 9. I normally use Shadowplay to record things, just in case you're curious, but it does cause lots of issues. So let's go ahead and get this synced up. All right, hopefully Shadowplay is with me now too. So on my computer right now, I'm working on a video. I'm working on one that hopefully stands up to what I want it to be. I'm about to run out of time on that camera. I'm a little worried. I haven't come out with a video in 2 months, and that's partially been real life things, but that's also been me wanting to make things that I'm proud of, which has just meant that I haven't made any videos because I haven't been happy with anything I've made. So hopefully, well, I'm going to be making more things that are a little less effort, like this video that just took 15 minutes to record. But hopefully you still like everything. I just wanted to show you this last thing though. Another reason other than real life problems and running out of money and very major issues, is that Shadowplay just sucks right now. Oh my God. If you see these numbers, that's where I've had to resync audio because it just gets desynced all the time. So even on things like this, you can just, even once I fixed it, you can still see problems. So right here, you can hear myself talking a lot. You're going to see me walk to this door and then just teleport. Boop, right there. That happens constantly throughout a lot of my clips just because Shadowplay. So just in case you're curious, what I do use is Fraps for real videos, or I've used Afterburner in the past, and I use OBS if I want to do something special, especially with the Elgato linked through and everything. Shadowplay I only use for multiplayer stuff, just because of the buffer. Anyway, I thought I'd just add that in at the end. I'm out of time on that camera, down to like 30 seconds. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, hoppers. I'll see you next time. Hasta ventana. Bye. Boom, 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 boom. Read it and weep. That's right.